Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Tarnation Media, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is episode number 57, and we begin this episode by taking Trapinch's very long-held black glasses item and replacing it with the experience share because we need him to evolve soon because the levels are getting too high and the Pokemon that we're fighting are getting too strong for Trapinch to stay unevolved. So we need to get him to level 35. And the way we're going to be doing that is by simply, basically cheating with the experience share and not really using him in battle that much. But actually, it's not cheating. It's not like I'm using a bunch of rare candies on him, although I may end up using one to get him to evolve. But whatever. At least I didn't use 35 rare candies. Whatever. Moving on. I'm saying whatever a lot. Well, we got a max ether there that I'm probably not going to use. Unless you count selling as using it, which some of you do, so I guess I might put it to some good use. Money's good, right? Okay, well that does it for this room. There wasn't really anything there, but there's a couple of good items in this room. Actually, two really awesome items. And there's a little bit of a puzzle, but the easiest way to do it is, well, there's only one way to do it. So you need to take this block and push it all the way up so it lines up so you can run over the Pokefood box there and get that item. But now how do you get the other one? Well, you need to push it up first, and now we need to make use of this long platform to the bottom of the screen, and you want to drop down on the left of it, and that will allow us to push it through the clearing, and we can push it up all the way against this wall here, run around like so. And now we can push it up like that, and now we can run over both of them. And there we go. Let's get this item first. Don't fall. And we got the yellow flute, which is an amazing item. It's a reusable item that you can use as many times as you want, and it completely rids your Pokemon of confusion. It's amazing. And we also obtained TM35, which is Flamethrower, and we will be using that indeed, just not right now. But if you have a fire-type Pokemon or somebody you want to know Flamethrower and you didn't want to have to spend the money at Mount Battle, there you go. And there's, I guess, the culprit of what all the noises were that the guy was talking about. We picked up a luxury ball there, which makes Pokemon a little bit more friendly when you do capture them, so I recommend using it on either Chansey later on in the game or catching a wild Zubat with it. Anyway, so you need to sneak up on this Bonsly. I'm not being retarded. You actually do need to do this because if you run too fast up to it, it is going to run away. So you need to sneak up on it, and when you almost get there, the freaking PDA is going to go off with an email, and Bonsly is going to hightail it out of there. And it's Acri from Gadian Port. Tarnation, I would like to write a novel featuring you as the main character. Oh, we're going to be famous. I might be generous with my thanks. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, that really wasn't worth it. But when we do finally go back to Gadian Port, we will get an awesome item. And before we do that, we picked up the leftovers that Bonsly is going to leave behind. And there's no other items in here. And I didn't have room for the leftovers, so I went to my PC, which kind of sucks because I like the leftovers item. It's pretty amazing. It lets you recover a little bit of HP after each turn, so it's very useful, obviously. But anyway, now we need to go back and tell the guy who's living in this ship. We don't even know his name. I just call him Hobo Joe. And yeah, we just need to tell him. What's up? It was just Bonsly. He was just hanging out down there. And then he ran away. Oh, there you are. You came to meet us. Oh, hey. So, how was it? Now he's going to come over here, creep on us. And we described the Pokemon to him. I see, so it was a Pokemon down there. I'll sleep better at night knowing that. Is that right? So it was a Pokemon that a girl asked you to find. And you say it got away? Well, this place isn't a very welcome place for wild Pokemon. He's going to tell us that Bonsly basically will be wandering around where the Pokespots are. And he randomly will appear, and you will have a chance to catch him and bring him back to the girl at OMBS building. But we're not going to do that right now because we have better things to do than search Pokespots for Bonsly. So, actually, I guess what we need to do now is leave. And, yeah, there's no items in here, so we can just go down the stairs. I always used to forget my way out of here. Like, there's too many freaking staircases. They're everywhere. This is the first room that we were in, so I'm going the right way, and there's the exit. Fabulous. What is this? I recognize those outfits. Hold it. No one gets past here. Ah, crap. What are you doing? I'm Joaquin of Team Snag'em. Wouldn't hurt you to remember that. It won't hurt you to forget his name either. It's so funny. Silence. Oh, he didn't like that. Huh, you don't have a clue about who Team Snag'em happens to be, do you? Back in the old days, grown men shook when they heard our name. Sheesh. It's true, Team Snag'em used to be a pretty amazing force, and that's because they were teamed up with Cypher, but then Team Cypher ended up dumping them after the Shadow Pokemon incident 5 years ago. Anywho, they're going to try to steal our Snag machine here, and they're actually going to be successful because they're going to cheat, and instead of battling us, they're going to use the gloom that they brought with them to use sleep powder on us, and we have fallen asleep, and they just run away with the Snag machine. Cowards! Quick, let's get back to the hideout. Can you imagine how happy Gonzap's going to be? Actually, he's not going to be as happy as they think he is. I never noticed that we had goggles there. Why don't we ever wear them? Why does everybody have goggles that they don't wear? This game is ridiculous. Oh, hey, Hobo Joe. Hi, are you awake now? Looks like you had a rough time of it. Yeah, we did. That bunch I saw, weren't they Team Snag'em? Why would they want to pick a fight with you? Because they're thugs, and all they do is mug little kids. I'm surprised they didn't take my lunch money, too. Team Snag'em is a bunch of crooks. I hadn't heard about them for the last couple years, so I figured they fell apart. I guess not, eh? Oh, you're Canadian. Anyways, I think they took off north, chasing after another bunch of strange characters. Maybe you ought to join the chase, too. Well, isn't this just ridiculous? Everybody's just chasing everyone else all over the canyon. Okay, well, he's going to unveil another section of our map, a new location that we can go to. And we need to go there in order to get our Snag machine back. But it's actually not the Team Snag'em hideout that it's going to take us to, which kind of sucks, because isn't that where we need to go? Anyway, we have to go back down all the stairs again. And now we can actually safely leave the SS Libra. And yeah, you can just keep running, and eventually it will take you to the map. I did get lost there and just ran all over the place before. Okay, so go to the question mark area. Look at that awesome new hover scooter. That's so amazing. I love our new scooter. Okay, so what in Tarnation is this place? Polluted water, and a giant pyramid-looking thing. Kind of seems like it's a factory, but we're not sure. And it's Zook. Oh, I remember him. He's the person who tried to beat up our little sister. Team Snag'em can't rightly say I know them. See? He doesn't know either. It's bringing tears to my eyes. Hey, we should go. We should leave this up to Gonzap. Be quiet. We finally managed to track down Cypher. Hey, you big lunk. We have business in that building. Stand aside if you don't want to get hurt. So it's 2-on-1 here, but only one of the Team Snag'em grunts is actually going to battle. You're calling the dashing and terrific Mr. Zook a lunk? How dare you? Grr. You're not getting away with that. And now a battle is going to ensue, and you're not involved in it. It's going to be Team Snag'em Biden versus Zook. And he's going to use his Zangoose, of course, his Shadow Zangoose. And it's going to be against an Oddish. So who do you think's going to win this battle? Of course, Zangoose is. He's going to go first because he's obviously the faster of the two Pokemon. And Shadow Rush knocks out that Oddish in one hit. That wasn't much of a battle at all. I got the short end of that one. Yeah, you really did. You shouldn't have battled him. Gwah, darn it. See, what I'd say, if we would have just waited for Gonzap, who is the leader of Team Snag'em, by the way. I don't think I clarified that. Joaquin must have reached the hideout by now and given that Snag machine to Gonzap. We'll pull back and regroup. I almost said put back. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh boy, he's still mad, and he probably is going to recognize us. You've got guts, but... Huh? Uh-oh. He knows who we are. Wait a second, you're that brat who was at Gadian Port. What are you doing here? You're nothing but bad news. Ever since I saw you, I've had nothing but the worst luck. First, at Gadian Port, some guy challenged me to a battle out of the blue and promptly stomped me flat. Yeah, don't forget that he was with the old dude. Then Gorgon gave me one major dressing down for showing off shadow Pokemon without permission. Because of that, he made me stand guard here as punishment. There's one thing I can't figure out though. How'd Gorgon ever find out about me anyway? Good question. How did he find out? It'll all become clear later on. Gah! Remembering that is getting me riled. And now he's going to challenge us to a battle, and he's not just going to use his Zangoose, he's going to use his whole team, and I think he has 4 or 5 on his team. He's going to begin the battle with Zangoose and Doduo. Doduo is a normal and flying type Pokemon, but it is unevolved and not incredibly dangerous, whereas Zangoose is incredibly dangerous. And I think I said incredibly dangerous twice, but that was kind of the point. It was a joke, haha. Why aren't you laughing? Anyway, I'm gonna stop trying to tell bad jokes. He does have 5 Pokemon on his team, by the way, and your number 1 priority is going to be to knock out that Zangoose as soon as possible because it can just plow through your entire team using Shadow Rush. It's almost ridiculous, and by almost ridiculous, I mean it is completely ridiculous how much damage this thing can do. Doduo went down to Heat Wave in 1 hit, whereas it didn't do that much damage to Zangoose. Carvanha is the replacement Pokemon, and as you can see, that probably would have knocked out Vulpix in 1 hit if it wasn't evolved into Ninetales. And we still have not been able to knock out the Zangoose, even with 2 hits. So, let's see. We'll use Wing Attack with Golbats on Carvanha, and we'll use Flamethrower to ensure that it hits and gets rid of this Zangoose. Because I don't want to risk missing with Heat Wave. Wouldn't be worth it anyway because Carvanha is resistant to fire. Zangoose goes down, and thankfully he was not able to get another hit off because it could have been disastrous. And yeah, Ninetales grew up to level 32, and Seviper is the replacement for Zangoose. Wing Attack should knock out Carvanha in 1 hit because Carvanha, like I've said a million times, is very fragile and it does go down pretty easily. Only downside is that I did make physical contact with it and I get the rough skin penalty, but it was worth it. Trapinch is getting experience too, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, and the last Pokemon on his team is going to be Relicanth. It's a rock and water type Pokemon, and it's going to be the most difficult for me to get rid of because neither one of the Pokemon that are on my team right now, that are on the field that is, have any advantage over him. And in fact, they don't have any moves that are... Well, yeah, I guess they do have moves that can do some damage. Bite is neutral, and Ninetales also has Dig, which is super effective, but it's not going to do that much damage because Relicanth does have good defense. Both of the team members, however, are weak to Rock type, so Rock Tomb is going to do a lot of damage. It also lowers speed when it hits. It leaves Ninetales with 6 HP and some lowered speed, so Golbat will probably go first this turn. We'll use Dig and see what happens. And maybe I'll get lucky with a flinch. Oh man, that doesn't really do any damage. So I'm going to have to resort to Dig with Ninetales because... oh, he did flinch. Awesome. Flamethrower, because it's a fire type, is quad resisted by Relicanth because he is rock and water type. If you have a grass type, I suggest you use it because really, he has like 1 HP left. Grass types, oh, he flinched again. Dang. I have good luck today. That'll change though. If you have a grass type, which is what I was saying before, you can knock out Relicanth easily in 1 hit, and you can also knock out Carvanha pretty easily. But anyway, I actually recommend using Electricity, even more so because it's super effective on Doduo, Carvanha, and Relicanth. But I don't have an electric type right now either, so it's kind of screwed. But nonetheless, we were able to overcome, and Zook goes down. We did have to knock out the Shadow Zangoose. I didn't even talk about this, but we did have to knock out the Shadow Zangoose because we don't have our Snag machine right now, and we can't capture it anyway. Alright, so he's going to just say that it was a fluke that we lost and all that stuff. Whatever, Zook, you know we beat you fair and square. You're just a big baby. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for episode number 58. Game on.